You cannot expect YouTube or the YouTube algorithm to necessarily get you to that next step. You need to be actively promoting your YouTube videos and really promoting anything in general. In this video, I'm going to show you how to make it a lot easier on yourself and how to give yourself an edge up and use an online tool to help promote your YouTube videos or pretty much whatever you want. This method is 100% free. You can definitely do it from your phone. You could do it from a laptop. You could do it from anywhere. And you can promote a wide variety of things. It doesn't have to necessarily be YouTube. You could promote a blog post. You could promote whatever. So what am I talking about? I'm talking about IFTTT. If this, then that. If you've not ever had the experience of this is a very powerful tool. Now, this one around, it was really big a couple years ago, but people kind of just fell out of it for one reason or another. It's not difficult to set up, but it's just really not talked about in internet circles anymore. And I really don't know why, because this tool is really, really amazing. Um, the problem I think that most people have with it is it doesn't quantify what a human can do. So if you need to just spread a link or post to somewhere automatically, then this is your go-to tool, which is exactly what we want for what we're doing and what we're trying to do, right? So I'm going to be walking through step by step a YouTube video on how you would promote it, right? And I'm going to show you one powerful way and how you can use if this then that to promote to up to 20 Facebook groups at a time. Now, I don't know about you, but Facebook groups are a really, really huge source of traffic for a lot of niches, right? So it only makes sense to be able to promote to those particular groups, right? But it's very, very difficult and tedious to cut and paste and this and that. This tool kind of solves it. And I got a sneaky little workaround because this website doesn't actually technically have what they call an applet for Facebook groups, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to do a small little workaround, right? And I'm just going to show you a little bit of the potential specifically for YouTube videos. But again, you could use your blog. There's many different ways that you could do like your WordPress blog to whatever, right? So I'm going to show you how this works real quick. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a brand new, what they call, I think, new applet, a recipe, right? So we're going to do a YouTube video to Facebook groups, right? So what we actually need to do first is we need to get a collection of Facebook groups, right? So if you don't know where Facebook groups are, they're down here, right? And what we're going to do is we're going to get a collection of 20 Facebook groups that we're actually in, right? So I'm just going to do one just for the sake of time here, right? So what you're actually collecting is this right here. You need this number right here, right? This is the identification number for the Earn Online Facebook group, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to create a new applet in if this then that, right? So what we're going to do is anytime we click on this, anytime that we publish a YouTube video, we want it to automatically make posts in all these Facebook groups. Well, the trick is this free tool online doesn't have a Facebook groups. It has a Facebook fan page, but not groups, right? So what we're going to do is anytime a new public video is uploaded by you, that's when this fires, right? Then that, right? So the next thing that we want to do is we want to use a Gmail or an email service. It doesn't really matter. We're going to go with Gmail just because it's easier, right? So we're going to send an email, right? So with this action will send an email up to 20 recipients from your Gmail account, right? So what we need to do is we need to do that right there at groups Facebook.com. All right. So that would send it to one group, and then you got to separate them by a comma, right? So what I would do is I would go over here and I would pick out your 20 best groups that you have. Actually, what I would do is I would probably pick out, like, say, we'll start out with like your favorite 5 groups, right? And I would probably do this with what I would call an aged account. I went and started a brand new Facebook and try to do this. You would want something that has a little bit of age to it, right? So something like 6 months to a year account is what you would want to do. But we'll start out with, say, 5 groups, right? That way you stay under the Facebook spam radar, right? And then you just kind of push the limits up every time. Next time you try 7 groups, and then next time you try. But I got a sneaky little workaround for that one as well, right? So say you have 100 groups, right? You want to post you got 100 awesome groups for, say you're in the fitness niche. That's a really big niche. You got 100 different groups, right? So basically, what you're going to do is you're going to create, say, maybe 5-10 accounts of IFTTT, right? And you're going to create 5 or 10 different Facebook accounts, right? So that way you could do 5 to 10 on each one of them, right? So that way you don't have to worry about hitting the spam filter. So I know that that's kind of cheating, and it's kind of, potentially it can break terms of service, but honestly, everything that we do in marketing can potentially break terms of service. So if you're afraid of breaking a TOS somewhere along the lines, trust me, you're already doing it. If you have 2 Facebook accounts, you have a personal and a business one, technically you've already broken terms of service. And most social media have that kind of rule. Like if you have 2 Reddit accounts or whatever, you're not allowed to have multiple accounts most of the time. Or you're only allowed to have a certain amount, right? So basically, that's this little trick here for Facebook. So what it's going to do is it's going to trigger when you publish a YouTube video. This algorithm is going to send that video to these groups, right? And what it's going to do is it's going to email these different groups, and and the subject is going to be the title and the author's name, right? So I would just get rid of the author's name. It's just going to be the title. And then in the body, it's going to give the URL and the description, which in this group, you can actually get rid of the description, although I wouldn't, because it kind of has, it gives the post a little bit, it's not just posting the link or whatever. So it'll give some actual words to the post. And then you just hit create action, right? And that way, every time that you create a video, it's going to go to 20 Facebook groups, right? That's really, really powerful. So my next one is Reddit, right? You can do the same thing with Reddit. So every time a YouTube video gets posted, you're going to post to Reddit, right? Let's see if I can, because this is my own personal one. Yeah, so here we go. So basically, YouTube to Reddit. Every time you post a public video, it'll submit a text post. And in the title of the text post is going to be the title of your YouTube video. It's going to put an embed code, and it's going to go into whatever subreddit that you choose, right? So mind you, you got to be careful with this one, because a lot of subreddits don't like you just to randomly promote, right? So this would be good if you were building up your own subreddit, or if you went into like the subreddit videos or whatever. You got to remember, these are all really good for backlinks, right? And in a previous video, I talk about how to do YouTube promotions, and one of those is creating backlinks so that you rank higher in Google, right? So what you can do with that is with this particular one, let's see if we can, yeah, we'll do a new applet, and then you can do, if a YouTube video, if you get a YouTube video, then the new public one, then that. So we're going to do, you could literally do Tumblr, you could do WordPress, you could do Blogger, you could do Weebly. So you're going to actually make a new one for each one of those, and it'll get you links. If this doesn't get your creative juices flowing on how to promote, and this happens automatically, you don't have to do any of this for it, right? It just happens automatically. So it's a very, very powerful tool. It's 100% free. I hope you guys take advantage of it. I'm going to do some free, I'm going to probably do like a live training on this real soon and really just start from beginning to end and show you how I would set up um, going through each one of these so that immediately when it happens, all these different things take effect where it posts to some Twitter accounts, it posts to your fanbook page, WordPress blogger, you have some buffer stuff that it's going to go out to, Pinterest, the whole nine, right? It's going to go out to all those Facebook groups. And I'm even working on how to get it to post to forums. So if I actually master that, then this would be the most powerful tool ever known to man, according to me, right? I hope you guys like this video. If you did, make sure that you give it a like. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. And guys, I'll see you in the next video.